One of the things that we pay much for as gardeners to produce good quality vegetables is compost. So sometimes it's very useful if we make our own compost. And today I'm just going into the bush trying to find out leaves so that I can make my own compost. And as you can see, there's plenty of leaves here. So this is what I'm going to collect. And then I'm going to mix this with either a chicken manure or cow manure, and in a couple of weeks this will be enough to make compost for my vegetables. I mean, just have a look around. This is plenty of dead leaves. It's plenty of dead leaves. And then if you take all these leaves and then you mix them with your already composted chicken poo or kraal manure, you can make very effective compost for less. You see, this is one of those wonderful things about nature. You can see this tree, it never gets fertilized. What happens is during autumn like this, it shed all these leaves, and then when these leaves fall to the ground like this, what happens is they decay, and then when they decay, they take the minerals back to the soil, and then what happens is through the roots, this tree here takes those minerals back, and then that is how it fertilizes itself. So I'm going to do the same thing. You've seen I'm going to do the same thing, and then I'm going to take these leaves, I'm going to mix them with my compost, and then this is how I'm going to fertilize my vegetables. And here's another goodness. This is cow dung. And we all know from time immemorial, our grandparents used to fertilize their soil, their crops with cow dung. And if you have used cow dung as fertilizer, you will agree with me, or it is one of the best fertilizers that you can use. So the advantage for me of gardening in rural area is that look all these leaves from all this forest. You can take them and then you mix them with kraal manure or chicken manure, and then you are able to make freely compost. You can even come here and then maybe with your lawnmower or something, and then mow all this grass here, and then I mean it's compost everywhere. It's feeding for the soil everywhere if you are not lazy, if you are prepared to put in hard work. And that is what I'm doing most of the time. I've realized that always buying compost and fertilizers and all that, it can add up at times. So the best thing is to use what you have. And for me, I think it is working quite well for me. I don't spend that much time. So yeah. But then like in life, there's advantages and disadvantages. With me where I am, I cannot now use this because if you look here, you see, these are seeds. These are actually seeds. I don't know if, yeah, these are actually seeds. You can see, and it's plenty of seeds. So if you take this and then you don't compost it enough, I can tell you these seeds are going to grow in your garden, and you don't want these seeds growing in your garden. So you have to be very careful if you want to use this stuff in your garden. But like I said, it is freely available everywhere. It is free, so you can, if you are prepared to put in work, if you are prepared to compost it very well, heat from your compost is actually able to kill this, but it should take about 6 months to a year. But if you don't have that time, maybe, like I said, buy already composted krill manure or chicken poop in one of agricultural shops, and then using this grass clippings here and those dead leaves, mix them together, and then in a couple of a month maximum, those dead leaves and these grass clippings will have decomposted, mixed with that krill manure or chicken poop that you'd have bought from agricultural shops, and then yeah, you can drastically cut your fertilizer costs. For me, what I do, especially when it is during these winter months, I avoid using krill manure. I avoid using krill manure, especially because of these seeds. I will show you. I will show you the tree. The tree from this the trees where this seeds comes from. I'll show you the tree. So I avoid using krill manure during this winter month. I'd rather get chicken poop, or I'd rather buy from the shops and then mix with the leaves, like I was saying, because it is during these months that you've got this plenty seeds in your manure. But during summer months, because there's grass and everywhere, yeah, you can actually use krill manure. Yeah, it is getting late now. I want to show you something. I want to show you the tree that I was talking about. This is the tree. I'm not sure what you call this in your language, but in my language, in Setswana, we call this thing moselesele. And then during these months, you can see it is making seeds and all that. Those are the seeds. I don't know if I can find something maybe down here to show you. Yeah, but I hope you can see. Yeah, this is the tree, and this is the seed. This is the seed. And then during this winter months, when there's no grass, or maybe, yeah, when there's no grass or little for the animals, they eat these things, and then they pass them, as you could see in the, should I say, manure. Yeah. And then once you use that manure in your garden uncomposted, this will grow. And I can tell you, this tree you don't want to find yourself having this growing in your yard, because it can quickly spread and take over. I will show you what I mean when I say it can quickly spread and take over. You don't want this. Yeah. So during these months, if you know that you you are in a rural area and the animals are free grazing and everything, and then you want to use that manure, make sure that you don't have this, or you make sure that the manure is very, very, very well composted, the seeds have died and everything. Or, like I said, just use dead leaves and then mix with the manure that you'd have bought at the agricultural shops. You see, this is what I mean when I say this guy, when I say this guy will take over and you don't want this guy in your yard. This is what I mean. And once he's taken over, it's very, very difficult to move. And I can tell you, this thing is very, very resilient. Believe me, this thing is very, very resilient. You don't want to take, once it invades your space, once it invades your yard, it becomes very, very, very difficult to actually deal with. So yeah, better be safe than sorry. Better be safe than sorry. I'm not saying it is not controllable, but I hope you get my drift. I hope you get my drift. Yeah, so it is actually very, very advisable that when we use some of this good stuff in our garden, we also look at the disadvantages. Yeah, so yeah, kraal manure, it is not a problem if you know that maybe you buy your cattle feeds from the shops and everything, and there's no funny business of weeds like this and all that in those feeds. I mean, you see how easily accessible is this stuff, and I can get it almost every day, everywhere. I mean, I can just take my wheelbarrow every day and fill it up with this stuff. But during these months, from around April, I mean from May, June, July, August, I don't usually collect this stuff. I just let it be, for fear, like I said, of this wheat seeds. Yeah, the only time I collect, like I said, is from September, when there's enough rainfall and yeah, when there's enough rainfall and this guy here has no seeds. Yeah, when this guy has no seeds around your summer months, I know I can collect my cow dung and then mix it with dead leaves and all that, and then use it in my garden. That is how I've been doing it. But come winter months like this, I am just simply going to go to the shops, get kraal manure there or chicken poop there, go into the forest, collect dead leaves, mix, and then after mixing, I'll just wait a month or two, and then from there I know I've got plenty of compost, and I would have cut my costs. You see, the thing about gardening, man, is it doesn't have to be complicated. If you want to enjoy it, take it as a hobby. take it as a hobby, grow your own food and all that. As you can see, here's another set of leaves. Here's another set of leaves. This one are also dyed. So this is what I'm also going to collect. Just come with a rake, leaf rake, and then just rake all this and then put it in a 50 kilogram bag, maybe 2 of them, and then just load on a wheelbarrow or a bike if you have. Just drop them at home, let them decay, and then yeah, after a couple of weeks you have yourself some nice compost. And here's some aloe for those who who are buying this stuff. I know some of the people are buying this stuff and paying too much for this stuff, and where I am, this stuff just grows everywhere. I mean, it just grows everywhere. And here's some prickly pear, some prickly pears. You can see it also. Yeah, it's one of those that just grows. One of those trees that just grows everywhere. Yeah, so yeah. So this is aloe, but there's another aloe that I will show you. Aloe vera. Yeah, I'll show you aloe vera. That one that's highly priced for medicinal and for your beauty uses. Those who are in the beauty industry, they'll know what I'm talking about. I'll show you that aloe. Yeah, you see, here's that guy. Here's that guy. Cows will just come and graze this guy and then pass the seeds into the krill manure, and then you have that problem that we talked about earlier. Yeah, so guys, we can actually go on and on and on. As you can see, I've got forest full of goodness here. I've got forest full of goodness here. Collecting dead leaves, collecting dead grass clippings, collecting wood chips and all that. It is actually not that difficult for me. I think this is, yeah, I think I will end it here. But before then, as you can see, it is already getting late now, and I don't want J-calls and all that finding me here. I don't want to become dean of J-calls and hares and deers and all that. So, but before I say goodbye to you guys, I think I'll just go and show you that aloe I was talking about, and then we call it quits. Pa para pa para pa pa pi pa 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 pi 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 pi. Yeah, as you can see, trees are losing their leaves for us to collect and feed our soil, and we'll do just that. I'm actually not far from home. Maybe you're watching and thinking, wow, what is this guy doing deep into the forest? I'm actually not far from home. It's just that I'm living at the edge of the village. Our home is about the second house from the village. I mean, from the bush. So I'm actually not very far. So I'm heading home now. Are the compost machines. Those are the compost machines. Those are the guys that gives us this good stuff that I was showing. This stuff. It is from those guys there. Yeah, this is where they come to drink, and then you can I want to, I can come and collect this stuff here, especially during your summer, man. Can just come here and then collect all this garden gold, all this garden goodness here. But yeah, like I said, for now I will just do with the leaves and all that. And there are some of smaller composting machines there. You can also use stuff from the back of those guys there, but I prefer this one here. And chicken poop. But those guys are also good composting machines, and the stuff from there behind is very, very good also. Yeah, so you can actually use all of those. Yeah. Yeah, this is one of that aloe plant that I was talking about, your aloe vera. Or aloe vera. This is one of highly priced, highly priced aloe, and then it just grows freely here. Yeah, some people are saying that this aloe here is not good only for your medicinal and for making beauty products. Some people say it is actually very good in your garden, but I'm yet to use this in my garden. But I can tell you, I'm going to use it, and then I will share the results of how I mix this with what, and then for what good is this in the garden. I will make that video, and then I will actually tell you guys what this is used for in the garden. But yeah, this is the aloe vera, and I think I'm actually going to let us end it. Let us end it here, guys. Let us just end it here, and then let's just call it a day. Let's just call it a day. It is sunset now, and I think let's just call it a day. Till we meet again, till we see each other in the next video. Like I say, happy gardening, guys. And yeah, let's not make gardening complicated, man. It's not that complicated actually, once you get your feel around it. Adios. Happy gardening. Bye bye.